ceasefire that exists only on paper, a war that is spilling across borders. As the US-Iran ceasefire holds, Israel is intensifying deadly attacks on Lebanon. Over 1,700 people have been killed, with thousands injured. An entire nation has been pushed to the brink. Beirut is burning, even as world leaders argue over whether Lebanon was ever part of the Iran deal. Is this a diplomatic failure or a strategic expansion of the war? We break down what is happening.
The Iran ceasefire was supposed to cool the region. Instead, it has exposed its fault lines. Just hours after a US-Iran truce was announced, Israel launched its most intense bombardment on Lebanon in weeks. Israel says it targeted Hezbollah command centers across southern and eastern Lebanon, and even in the heart of Beirut. But the impact is far beyond military targets. In central Beirut, a residential building lies shattered. Its floors collapsed into each other as rescuers dig through twisted metal and concrete, searching for signs of life.
There's something unbelievable. Destruction, very massive destruction. I mean, even someone who isn't afraid would become afraid. I feel fear and anxiety. Where is this country headed? What are we going to do with our lives? Where are we staying? And where are we going? No one knows what's going to happen.
I can't tell you how intense it was, how terrifying it was, how scary it was. The sound was very loud and very scary, honestly.
The numbers are staggering. In a single day, more than 200 people killed, over 1,100 injured. Ambulances fought traffic to reach the wounded. While hospitals overwhelmed and under-resourced sent out urgent appeals for blood donations. The anger is palpable. Lebanese leaders accuse Israel of violating ceasefire commitments and disregarding international law. Israel, however, is standing its ground. Its military says this is a separate war aimed at dismantling Hezbollah's infrastructure. US says the ceasefire was designed to contain Iran, not to halt Israel's operations against Hezbollah.
I think the Iranians thought that the ceasefire included Lebanon, and it just didn't. We never made that promise. We never indicated that was going to be the case. What we said is that the ceasefire would be focused on Iran, and the ceasefire would be focused on America's allies, both Israel and the Gulf Arab states.
But this version is being contested. Iran and key mediator Pakistan insist Lebanon was very much part of the agreement. Even US allies like Britain and France have called for the truce to extend to Lebanon and have condemned the continued strikes. Australia and Spain have also condemned the attacks.
That this is an important step forward. Of course, it is a fragile peace, but we want it to lead to an agreement. The Australian government also firmly believes that this has to apply to Lebanon as well. We want to see peace in this region, and it will make a difference.
On the ground, the consequences are devastating. More than 1.5 million people displaced, thousands of homes destroyed, and entire communities forced to flee. Meanwhile, Hezbollah continues to fire rockets and drones into Israel, keeping the northern front active and volatile. And this is the core of the crisis. Hezbollah published footage of its fighters targeting an Israeli military vessel off the Lebanese coast with a naval cruise missile. A war that was meant to be contained is now spilling over.